Junior, you made it.
Oh, hey, Doc. What you messing with today?
Come over here. I got something new to show you.
What you got for me?
Nobody was following you, were they?
Following me? No, why?
Because this is something special. It's my newest invention. And here it is. I call it my Mow-Tector. It's a lawn obstacle detector. You just put this on the front of your mower, and when you go along, it'll keep you from hitting stumps or toys or anything that might hurt your lawnmower, and it shuts your engine down automatically. Let me show you how it works.
Wow. Man, I like that jam. That's my jam. Yeah.
Hey, that's pretty good.
This thing's great, Doc. You're gonna make a lot of money with this thing.
I just hope it doesn't fall into the wrong hands until I get the patent on it.
Oh, gonna make a lot of money, huh? I like the sound of that.
Oh man, Doc, that thing is great. Wait till the old man gets back from vacation. I'm gonna have to show that to him. He's gonna love it.
Oh, I almost forgot. The main reason I brought you down here. I've got your speakers for your jukebox. Let's go in the shop and get them.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's why I came down here. That's the whole reason I'm here.
Yeah,
All right,
go.
let's go.
This way.
Oh, good, they're going in. All right, here's my chance.
So yeah, Doc, this thing is perfect. It'll work great. Hey, it looks like your thingy's missing over there.
Oh no, they got the Mow-Tector.
I don't know, Doc. It looks like the perpetrator left some evidence behind.
Yeah, I think he has. I'll go check it out. I wonder who this belongs to. Aha, I know who stole my Mow-Tector.
Ha! Ronnie. I should have known. How are we going to get the Mow-Tector back, Doc?
I got an idea, Junior.
Pterodactyl here. Today's video is going to be on this here little champion 4 horsepower water pump. And like a lot of power equipment that come into the shop, especially like water pumps, generators, snow blowers, garden scratchers, they sit more than they get used, so the fuel goes bad. And it usually gums up the carburetor. So judging from this one, looking inside the tank, and I could smell it. Too bad we didn't have smell-o-vision. It smells stale. So I'm sure it's just going to need either the carburetor rebuilt or a new carburetor. So let's pull off the air filter. Let's get most of it taken apart so we can kind of see the carburetor better. Put my spectacles on so I can see better. Alright, there's a bolt here. 10mm head. And the problem with a lot of this stuff is the frame always seems to be in the way. We turn those valves so I can get this off. See, a lot of times you can't get everything off because the frame is in the way. Alright, so let's just flip it up. Get this out of here. Flip it up this way, that way the oil will run away from the cylinder head. And let's take a look-see inside the carburetor to see if it's going to be worth trying to just clean this one or put a new carburetor on it. Oh yeah, look at there. It's pretty nasty. I don't know what that's remnants of. That's got to be what's left over from dried up fuel. Alright, so now, instead of taking all the time and labor costs to take this carburetor off, maybe put it in ultrasonic cleaner and try to resurrect it, a lot of times it's a lot cheaper, faster, and easier to just put a new carburetor on it. If I can get this air box off here without having to pull the engine. And that doesn't look like it's going to happen. Alright, so I'm going to have to pull some of these engine bolts out because I don't think I got enough threads to double nut this and take these studs out. I'm going to have to kick the motor to the side, so. So I'm going to have to pull some of the engine bolts out so I can turn it a little bit. So by taking 2 of the engine bolts out, I was able to flip it enough so I think I can get the carburetor off. Now, a lot of these are like Honda knockoff kind of type carburetors. You can tell that they're just like the Hondas with the fuel valve mounted on the carburetor. Get the fuel line off, pull it back, and we'll release that spring. Now, if you're doing this yourself, you may just want to clean the carburetor and put it back on. I'm going to have to take another one of them bolts out. But me as a repair shop, and since they're making these carburetors so cheap now, I'm just going to put a new carburetor on it. Because again, a lot of times when I go to clean these carburetors, when they've been sitting, and this is nothing but a waste of time, you get it all back together and the needle and seat don't seal. Then it starts leaking gas. Now I spent all this time taking this thing apart, putting it in my ultrasonic cleaner, cleaning it, putting it back together, just to have it start leaking gas because now the needle and seat don't seal. It's kind of pointless. So that's why, like I said, you can get some of these carburetors real cheap. So the one we're going to use is going to be a HIPAA carburetor. And that's the one we're going to put on there. So this carburetor looks identical to the Honda GX160. So I bought a Honda GX160 carburetor from HIPAA. And it comes with the fuel line and the choke lever and the gaskets for $13. So I'm going to mess around and try to clean this and charge the customer when I could just put a new one on for $13. Look, it's identical for this champion piece of equipment for $13. Free shipping. How did they do that? So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to install this carburetor on there. Now they have other kits on there for the GX160 that cost a few dollars more. Some of them come with a spark plug and they come, you know, with other air filter and a spark plug, and make sure I'm putting this gasket on there right. Would help if I had the carburetor, holding the carburetor in my hand in the right position. Match it up. Put our throttle link in, hook up our spring, goes in the little hole. Slide that on, put on our new choke shaft. Now, it comes with the gasket for the air filter, but I'm going to reuse this thick one that's rubber coated and it's got metal in it. And it also acts as a spacer. So I'm just going to use this one over. I'm not going to use the paper one. And I'm not going to use the fuel line. I'm going to use the fuel line that's on the fuel tank already. Get our clamp on there. Turn the valve, the choke to this position so I can get this back on there. Hook up our vent tube off of the valve cover. Get the nuts started. Alright, there's our dinner. Got it back on. So I'll put the bolts back in to hold the engine down. We'll fill it up with some fresh dinosaur syrup. And we'll put some water in the pump because you don't want to run it without any water in the pump. Because the water is what lubricates the seals. So all I got to do is take this off and just put some water in there. Just so we got some water in there. And then, as Elkskin says, well, fire it up, fire it up. Shut up! Shut up already.
What?
This engine does have a low oil shutdown feature on it, so I checked the oil or the dinosaur syrup and it's full. I put some dinosaur juice in it. So now I'm going to fill the water pump part. Whoa. And then once it runs and it's okay, and then I'll put the air cleaner and that back on it. All right, switch is on. Throttle is on fast. We got it on choke. Now sometimes if you overspeed these engines, they'll surge like that a little bit. And if you notice, this was creeping on me. So if you have one of these and it's creeping on you, all you have to do is tighten that nut. So I'm going to tighten that nut down a little bit so it'll stop creeping on me because it's a creeper. $10mm. Should have probably grabbed the socket. You set it too tight, it'll be too hard to pull. And this sets your engine speed. So the more you back it out, the more throttle you'll get, the faster it'll go. The more you turn it in, the slower it'll go. So let's start it up again. and put the air filter and that back on it and run it again, because sometimes the air filter, you know, restricts it a little bit and it'll run a little differently. Now, since it's on a water pump, which doesn't really run in dirty, dusty conditions, because we're not kicking up dirt and dust like we are with a lawnmower that's got blades spinning, this air filter is like brand new. So we don't need to replace it. This switch on a certain way. Just like that. I installed that other bolt. Just in case you're wondering.
You didn't install that other bolt for the air cleaner. You left that air cleaner bolt out.
No, I got it on there. Trust me. Tighten it down. Air cleaner on. We know the pump's going to work because it was pumping water. I'm going to spray a little bit more water in there. All right, switch on. It's amazing when I use these HIPAA parts how I don't have to mess with the carburetor adjustments or anything. I think on one video we did, I had to tune it a little bit. I think I might have had to set the idle up or turn the screw out a little, half a turn. But other than that, you just bolt them on and you're done. Saving the customer money, saving me time, buying this stuff cheap. It's unbelievable how they could sell that carburetor free shipping a little over $13. Unbelievable. And I've had good luck with this stuff. Been using it for years, so I thought I would pass that on to you, grass rats. And there's your dinner. Woo! Woo! Woo!
I'll just leave this cell phone here and hopefully the right owner will come back for it. I'm going in the shop.
Get off my leg! Get off my leg!
Shock 'em!
Take that, Ronnie.
Ha! I knew it was you, Ronnie. Take that.
That's what you get for stealing my Mow-Tector.
Let me make a phone call real quick.
Lawnmower detective.
Yeah, hey, mower detectives?
Yeah?
Hey, we got this scumbag down here at Doc Neon's place. You might want to come get him. He likes to steal people's property.
All right, we'll be down there tomorrow.
All right, come and get him.
You're using all my minutes.
Ha! That's the least of your problems. And there's your dinner.